All right, so tonight for Tuesday Teen Talk, I was so excited when we were just figuring out what I was going to share. And I'm like, you know what? As I've started dabbling in and trying some new products, I don't know about you guys, but the Z rewards that you get to earn every single month, is that not just freaking fire? Like, I have never gotten so many free products in my life. And I'm like, yes, this is exactly how it should be. And so one of the things that they always say is that their customers are buying and spending monies and their partners are making it. And I'm like, dang, they are just really good at that. So make sure that you go and you're looking into your customer career titles and figuring out where you need to be earning that $115 in free product of your choice every single month. So I've been kind of, when I first started, I say this to everybody, okay? And I did the same thing. I've been in this industry for 14 years. I know I see a lot of new faces, so I probably should introduce myself. My name is Sarah O'Connell, and I came over with the merge from It Works, and I've been in this industry for over 14 years. I'm also a nurse and have been in the medical field for a very long time. And so I think I've been a nurse for 20 years. I was just saying that to somebody the other day, and I'm like, those are those moments that make me feel old, but I really don't feel old, if that makes sense. But that's a long time to be a nurse. So anyways, I've always had a passion for preventative health, especially after working in the hospitals and really realizing, you guys, like, people want to take care of themselves. They want to feel good, but it is really overwhelming out there. And most people don't know where to start. So, how freaking cool that we get to be that vessel for them. And how incredible that we get to be pioneers for test based nutrition, because that is a very new concept. And if you haven't been in a business like this, being new to something is very powerful. Okay. So I hope that you're really excited, and it's okay if it takes some time to learn things, but dang it, just commit to learning because it will pay off. Okay. So I'm going to share with you tonight some new product that we can kind of be introducing. But again, I always start like with one, and then I always found my pack. And then I would like get good at that. And then slowly I would kind of like start dabbling into other things because I want to know what we have to offer so I can serve my community the absolute best way that I possibly can. So I hope tonight with some of the couple products that I'm sharing with you, that you kind of get to expand and grow that tool belt that you wear every single day. And I know for some people, like I always say this, I'm like, do you have to be a guru in the products? Do you have to know everything? Do you have to know every ingredient to be successful? No. The answer is absolutely not. Do you need to be resourceful? Yes. Okay. You do need to be resourceful. But I think, like many of you, and drop a 2 in the chat if like the products is what brought you in to a business like this, or even into a conversation that turned into you being here today. Because I know for me, it did. So again, that kind of tells us, and I'm starting to see 2s in the chat, but that tells us product knowledge is very important, right? Having a product that has a big demand, also extremely important. And so what I want tonight is to give you, like I said, I want to expand your tool belt. I want you to leave the Zoom with some confidence, maybe some excitement to try some new products, but also the ability to serve even bigger. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you guys. Let me get that going. And listen, I can do a lot of things well, but I'm just going to be really honest. Like, IT stuff is not my jam, but I do try. Okay. So if it takes me a little bit to like get the screens up and stuff, just bear with me. Okay. I'm human. All right. So tonight we're just going to go, I just called tonight's thing product playbook, because really, you guys, I truly believe that that's what most of us lead with. And so if you can become familiar, you can use the products, and you can start sharing them confidently and loudly, I have no doubt that you will succeed and grow in your business here with Zinzino. So I always say it, you want to know it, you want to live it, and you want to share it. Like, that's kind of just my rules and how we go about moving forward. So these are the things that we're going to go over tonight. You guys, I like seeing your faces, but I need to just move this, I think. I just never know where to put it. Okay, let's try to go down there. But we're going to go over the balance concept because y'all, we have actually welcomed a lot of new people. And this is where we start, right? So we always want to keep the main thing the main thing. And then I'm going to bring on Zeal. And if you guys have tried it, like I want to know what flavor you've tried and what you think about it in the chat. And if you haven't, drop a 3 in the chat because I'm excited to share it with you. I have been using it for, I think, almost 2 weeks. And you guys, I'm literally obsessed. And one reason why I wanted to highlight this because this is also just kind of how like the balance oil is like a daily staple. This is one of those products that people try and they're like, I absolutely will not run out. I am ordering 2 to 4 bags at a time, and it becomes a part of their daily routine because you feel so flipping good with it. And it is absolutely delicious. I always say healthy doesn't have to taste like crap. Like it can be really good. And we have proven that over and over. And then vitamin D test, I'm really excited to bring that. This is the season to be talking about that for sure. And if you have done the vitamin D test, tell us, like, were you in your range that you were supposed to be in? Were you not? Are you working on it? Vitamin D is so, so important. And you may not know this, but it is one of the most common nutrient deficiencies in the world. You guys, literally over 1 billion people are deficient in vitamin D. So like when we're looking at some of these things and some of these statistics, I'm a numbers girl. I like numbers because I just think they're very black and white for us. But you guys, we have so much opportunity when we're talking about these products. And then last but not least, we kind of did a Zoom like this actually when we first started and merged with Zinzino. And you guys found it extremely helpful. But the Premier Health Protocol, it is my go-to through and through. So, like for some of the other packs, this one I love because it has your cellular health, it has your gut health, it's fueling your body the way it should be with the nutrients that you need, and it is uplifting and supporting you. Okay, so all those areas. And so that is one that I will just never go away from. And so some of these other things that we do, we can just kind of add into it. Okay, so here's my problem is like my mouse goes away. There she be. Okay. See, I told you I'm not an expert. So here we go. Balance test first. You guys are probably starting to really get this down, right? But I always say you can never hear it. It took me probably hopping on so many of the Zooms that Zinzino provided for us at first. And I took notes every single time, but guess what? Now I can literally, it's like part of my common language and it's like you just learn it, right? So again, this is where you are always going to be starting for people because you guys, when we are balanced, everything else that we are doing when it comes to supplements, when it comes to daily living, when it comes to the nutrients that we're actually putting in our body, they are all going to work so much better because they can actually get in our cell. So first things first, like this is where I go instantly. This is what I lead very loudly with. And then I go in and I start asking the questions for people and I make sure and ask like what their goal is, what they're struggling with. And then I can fill in the gaps, right? Because I have some product knowledge to be able to do so. So let's just talk about it. This is one of the most important nutritional ratios, super cool that we are able to test this. It's a whole blood test. It's a super simple finger prick test at home. I always tell people like, sometimes you have the finger prick that almost feels like it goes through your bone. And then sometimes you have the one that just barely touches it. Ours barely touches. It's like perfect. Okay. So I tell people, sometimes they're scared. I'm like, you don't have to be scared. And every single person that gets a little like weird about it, they're like, that wasn't even bad. I'm like, no, I told you that. Right. This is why you guys, we do it first, right? Like I always tell people, I will be your guinea pig. Always. So know that it measures 11 different fatty acids. When you get your test results, you get an entire report. Not only do you get an entire report in your breakdown, but you also get all of your suggestions, okay? And it breaks down 6 different dietary indicators. That is actually probably my favorite part of it all because I feel like that's what people understand. They're like, oh, my brain health and my inflammation and my cellular health and my cellular protection. Like those are the things that make sense to people. So to be able to have a number and some data instead of just like, I don't know if I have, if I'm balanced or I'm imbalanced, like, no, we can actually figure it out. So then we bring in our balance oil. So not only are we finding a problem, but we also have a proven solution. Okay. So remember, every good product is finding a problem and they're serving that struggle point. We went just even further and we were like, no, we're going to show you and give you a very simple, proven solution. And that is our balance oil. Okay. You can drop in the chat what your favorite flavor is. Y'all, I love the black bottle premium, orange, lemon, mint, citrus, whatever that one is called. That is my favorite one. Okay. And so that one, I know it might not make even a more of a difference, but I'm going to be honest with you. I do feel like I started noticing my results a little faster when I switched over to that one. So the balance oil, remember, it's not just a plain omega-3. Okay. So we know that it's actually a high grade fish oil. So it's 60% of that. And then 40% of an extra virgin olive oil. Now that is the like key important part because omegas are extremely finicky and so they become oxidized, and if they do, you can take them and they are going to do nothing for you. So a lot of times you're going to see, like, I ask questions. I'm like, hey, are your omegas, if they say yes, they take an omega. Listen, 500 million people take omegas. Less than 2% have taken a test to actually know if their omegas are working. And then we know 99% in the US are out of balance. So we're going to do the math, and we know that most of those are not working. They're not a proven solution to actually balance the omega-6-3 ratio. So again, I want that light bulb going off to be like, I have my hands on gold, literally liquid gold. Okay. So know that that's kind of the difference there. Not to mention, you can see not only did Zinzino find the proven solution by adding in the polyphenols, so our omega-3s stay where they're pure and our body can actually use them. But you guys, they're in dark bottles. If you get the Ascent, which is like the capsule form of our balance oil, you guys, so like for people who travel, myself included, like for sports and things like that, that is such a wonderful thing to have because you don't have to take your bottle of oil with you, like, risk it spilling or trying to travel with it. And you can take those. But again, they're in a dark capsule. So they did not skip a beat in figuring out the solution to balance the omega-6-3 ratio. I want you to know that. So these are just some of these things that I just ask when I'm talking to people, and then they're like, well, and even if they're taking something, I just say, would you like to know if it's actually working and doing what you want it to do? And I have yet to have any person say no. Like, who doesn't want to know that what they're spending their money on is actually doing what it's supposed to do, right? So know that the amount that you take is based off your weight. You can do the calculation on the back of the bottle. It is in teaspoons, not tablespoons, okay? And within 120 days, 95% of people are back in balance. We, as a whole, have kind of hit that mark. And so for myself, you guys, if you want to share, you can. I can't see the chat, but mine was 14-1 when I first started. When I first tested, I was not taking an omega-3. I was very much so good with my gut health and things like that. And then 120 days, I was 3.1. You guys, I got gypped. Like, if it would have just been 3, I would have been balanced, right? But it was 3.1. But that is still, like, it is mind blowing to me. Not only can I see the difference, I can feel it, but just know that our omega-3 is different, and you can see it on here. We have polyphenols, we have the EPA, DHA. Those two I want you to know, okay? Because those are very important with pregnant women. They're very important for kids because it helps with brain development, it helps with your neural system, it helps with eye health, it helps with all of that. But I love that we also have vitamin D3 and vitamin E in our balance oil and with our omegas, okay? So now we kind of already know all that. This, you guys, this is in our back office. Sometimes there's so much good information in our back office. Sometimes it's a little hard to pull certain things. This is a great one if you want talking points of the balance oil that you can kind of build off of. These are 15 health claims that are proved to be talking about, okay? So it talks about optimal healthy muscle function, cell function, healthy circulation. There you see the eye, brain health, immune. I mean, here's the deal. When we're talking cellular health, we are getting to the root of our health. We have cells in every single aspect of our body. So if our cells are healthy, it is going to positively affect every single system in your body. So this list, this kind of, okay, just make sure that you are muted if you are not. And then I just wanted to put this on here for you guys is, again, my concept ever since we learned this is I will always encourage people to get balanced first. Okay, so that's where I'm coming from. And then I kind of build off of that because reaching balance between your omega-6 3 is the first step in feeling good, staying fit, and honestly, like longevity in our health. And so these are just simple things that you can go and you can even put into Chat GPT. And I just screenshot. I say, I want emojis. Give me a list that the normal person understands and relates to. And I just put that an unbalanced omega-6 3. That way you can screenshot it. These are things that you can add to posts. These are things that you can add to your stories very easily and just overlay them. And there's ones that I use all the time. So I will even send this in conversation when I'm talking to people about the balance oil and the whole concept of the balance concept, just so that they can see, because here's the thing. Instead of trying to convince people, most people can read a list and they're like, wait, I have slow recovery. I have joint pain. I'm sick all the time. They just start reading through and they're like, I need that. Okay. So that is why I like highlighting the difference between a balanced and an unbalanced ratio that is there. Okay. So we obviously have proof. We have testimonies coming out of the wazoo, which I absolutely love. It makes me so happy. It's exactly what I expected to happen as we started balancing our cellular health. And there's just proof in the pudding. Not only that, but obviously we are able to test it and we can actually show the improvement. Here is mine. And this is what I want you to know. If you haven't tested yet, this is actually super cool. But when you go in to do your retest, you guys, you can put them side by side. Like it will tell you, it links your test numbers together. So when you go and you do that, this is how it will pull up and it shows you like with each one your improvement. It is honestly the coolest stuff ever. Okay, so that's where you're going to see and get your different numbers where they're side by side that you can see in Jess's. This is mine. This is Vanessa. She has not retested, but she just did. So she's waiting on her results as well. Okay, so now this is one of those products that we are introducing that maybe is very new to you. And this is the one I was telling you about. And this is Zeal. I want every single one of you to know about Zeal, and I want you to learn more about Zeal. So I'm going to give you the basics and things that I would really highlight tonight, but I'm going to tell you, go to the website. If you have Z Rewards, go pick your flavor, go put this on there because you will not be disappointed, okay? So same thing, I did do the wild berry. You guys, there's like 8 flavors. I've heard the mango is incredible. There's grape. There's like tropical crush, which somebody told me is almost like an orange dreamsicle type thing. It is so smooth. I'm telling you, it's so smooth. It almost reminds me of like kinetic sand, like when you're dumping it. So I just want to show you. I have my glass because I feel like I'm just like blown away by it. It mixes incredible. It's the first thing I'm grabbing right away in the morning when I'm taking kids to school. Okay, so you have a scoop like this. I wish you could see like how powdery it is, but I'm just going to show you. So you plop it in there. You see the little fizz. I'm going to tell you, it does make for really good like pictures and videos and all the things, reels. This is a really good one to do, but it also just makes it so great. Okay, it's like it's so incredibly smooth.
Yeah, I'm just fucking overwhelmed and stressed, and I'm trying to do a. I can help you get up.
Check to see if you're muted. Otherwise, we get to hear your whole life conversation. Okay, so that is Zeal. Okay, so Zeal is an all-in-one nutritional drink. I have put on here, these are the many things that is in Zeal. You have your vitamins, minerals, you have your antioxidants, your phytonutrients, you have whole food concentrates. So when I tell you how like, oh God, I don't even know how to describe the powder, but it is so good. But that is because of the whole foods that they have in there. Amino acids, you guys, people buy amino acids by themselves. This is already in there. along with your minerals and vitamins and everything else. Okay. Amino acids alone are super expensive. They work super well. Okay. So know that amino acids in there is amazing. You have energy supporting ingredients, lots of B vitamins that are in there as well. And one thing I love about this is that it has a little bit of naturally occurring caffeine. But you guys, I'm going to put this into perspective for you. It has 37.5 milligrams. A normal cup of coffee, not skinny brew, a normal cup of coffee is like 100 milligrams. So for our people who are like caffeine sensitive, a lot of them do very well with naturally occurring. This is going to be a great option for them. Okay. So you get, and these are, and I put on here, these are the reasons people are going to be taking this energy. So if you, this is great for our people who are sensitive to caffeine, are non-coffee drinkers, but they feel like they are dragon booty. Guess what? Balance oil and this, The other cool thing that I love about this is I add my xenobiotics into my Zeal. You cannot taste it. You're getting more benefits with it. And so it's like also kind of my gut health drink on top of that. They're using it for focus. It helps with alertness. It helps with your overall vitality. It helps with brain support. It helps boost your mood with all the different B vitamins that are in it. It decreases fatigue. And then obviously on the nutritional side, it has over 25 plus natural botanicals in it. Okay. So this little baby packs a big punch. She's pretty. If you are an ingredient little guru, I like to break down ingredients and I like to put them in normal terms. This is what this slide is for you. Okay. So what is in Zeal and what does it do? One of their main ingredients is this stabilized rice bran. And so it is a source of vitamin B5 and it helps the body convert protein, carbohydrates, and fats into energy. Y'all, that's what we want those things to give us. Okay. So it's actually assisting and helping your body do that. Here's the maca is your source of amino acids. It's going to help with energy and endurance. You have your green tea and your yerba mate for your naturally occurring caffeine. You have your wild berry, acai, goji, grapeseed. Those are all your antioxidants, phytonutrients. What they're doing is they're adding to your nutritional profile. Okay. Ashwagandha, we see that all the time. We all know that's like our Zen. It's our natural adaptogen. So great for that. Turmeric, you guys, you are going to continue to see this over and over and over. I promise you, it's so important. And it goes along great with what we talk about with balance oil and anti-inflammatory. That is essentially what this does. It helps with a healthy inflammatory response in your body. So X Gold that we have as well, it has the exact same stuff in it too. So this is amazing that this is in this. I am kind of blown away that they have the amino acids in it. And I love that so much because that is the building blocks involved in protein related processes. Okay. So, and then your vitamin profile is crazy. And we all know B vitamins, that's going to help with metabolic support. It helps with good energy, but it also helps support your nervous system. So like you don't get like the energy that almost adds to your anxiety. You get like the good energy that lasts all day and helps calm your body. Okay. So one thing that I want to show you is that, and I said this, these two are so good together. So think of the balance oil as that is supporting the inside of your cells, while Zeal is helping you feel your best every single day with clean energy and clean nutrition. Okay, so they kind of do different things, but they pair so well together. I put on here what the premier price is. You guys, I think this is a great price. It has 30 servings in it. So if you break that down, that's like $2 a day if you're drinking it. These are all the different flavors. I can only speak to the wild berry because that's all I've tried and it is so good. Okay, let's go into vitamin D. So I don't know. I feel like this is one of those things. Like I said this too when we talked about the health protocol. Like fiber is one of the most slept on nutrients that our body needs and like thrives on. Vitamin D, I want you to know, is a master regulator in your body. It kind of is, it is not a hormone, but it essentially acts as if one. Okay, so it is involved in influences over hundreds of processes in the body. So We have over 1 billion people deficient in it. When it is deficient, you want to know, this is what people feel off. They don't know what it is. They're like, I'm not sleeping well. It's kind of the same as when our cellular balance is off. So when you hear people, I always say, like, when we're talking tonight, I want you to think of buzzwords. When people are like, I don't know what's wrong. I've been trying everything. I eat well. I move my body. I get my 10,000 steps in. Nothing's moving. I feel like trash. Like, you're going to think to yourself, first, we're going to balance. We need to test your omega. Let's see where it's at. And then my next thing is I'm like, we need to know what your vitamin D is. Do they have to test right away? No, but you want to know what? Why wouldn't you if you're just already pricking your finger? Okay. So like for me, when I did my retest of my balance test, I just used my same finger prick and I just filled in my next card. Do you want to know what I actually love about this? Is that the cards, everything, their tests are color coded. So even on the cards, I was never going to mix them up. Wait, what did I do with it? Shoot. Hold on, I made it put it. Oh, you know what? I'm a binder girl and I think I put mine in there. In my binder. So I don't have it, but I want to show you something. On your card where you see that it has like the red, this is all yellow. So everything on it is yellow. You will never mix it up. It's so flipping cool. They're so smart. The marketing on it, unreal, okay? But this is the thing. It is one of the most common deficiencies. People are going to notice when it's low. It is actually something that they test at the doctor because it is such a problem, okay? So we have the ability to do that for them. I put in here kind of what it does. It supports your immune system. I wanted to bring this up because everybody is back at school and we are coming to where it's the seasons are changing. And when that happens, people are sick, right? Their body doesn't adapt well because they probably don't have much of a reserve. So this is going to be a very good talking point in all the months coming ahead, okay? So it helps with supporting your immune system. It helps with muscle function. It helps with mood and brain health. It helps with inflammation. It helps support your cellular health and communication. And it does help with energy, okay? So let's go in here and talk about XenoShine. So if you're like, okay, when they test, how do we fix it? XenoShine is the product that goes with the vitamin D. Can I just tell you how proud I am of Zinzino in how they did their vitamin D? Y'all, they did it right. Not everybody does it right. Vitamin D needs magnesium to work in your body. It cannot be taken by itself without magnesium because magnesium essentially converts it into a form that our body can use. So if somebody is just freaking taking vitamin D because a doctor told them to because their vitamin D was low, but they don't have magnesium with it, it is not doing anything. Okay, so know that they have magnesium in it and they actually have 4 forms of magnesium in their XenoShine. And that is just to help with the broader spectrum of absorption. So again, they like do not do things lightly. They do them very well and very thorough, okay? So know that they've already knocked that out of the park. These are the benefits that you're going to see with the XenoShine. I absolutely love it. It is kind of like, you all know, I feel like last time we chatted, everyone left. Y'all bought Viva and we all love Viva. Okay. I hope you guys all leave and you're going to go test your vitamin D. Don't cheat. Don't take this first. Okay. Like get your real number. I hope for like crazy drastic numbers. So it is the same tiny little tablet and blister packs. So easy, so small. Absolutely freaking love it. Okay. Same thing with this one. Just know that if you buy the test or you buy the kit together, on the 5th month, they send you the vitamin D test for free so that you can retest. Okay. Let's keep, and then I wanted to show this again. So again, everything, we keep the main thing, which is our balance concept, but I want you to know everything they've done with their products has built onto this. So these two, again, complement each other extremely well. They're supporting different aspects of health, okay? So we know the balance oil is focusing on balancing your omega-6/3, reducing chronic inflammation, and then the XenoShine is helping you optimize that vitamin D status So it's helping with muscle function, energy metabolism, and your immune health. You guys, this baby is like dirt cheap. I don't even know how they do it. I'm not even going to ask questions because I hope they never change it. But I'm like, $18 and it's only $63 to get the test with the Xenoshine. I mean, this is what I just love about it. Okay. So these were some that we have already talked about. Xenobiotics. I just want you to, I'm not going to like go through everything on here. You can screenshot it this if you want this. This is part of the health protocol, along with like the balance oil, the Viva, and the Extend. Okay. One thing I love about the xenobiotics that I just want to share is I do mix it with my Zeal. It's just very easy. I also will mix it in like yogurt. You can bake with it. That is very uncommon. The other thing that I love about xenobiotics is that it actually has 8 natural sources of fiber, as where most only have 2. And that is not enough for what our bodies need. Okay. And I just want you also to know that like having good gut health is also what helps with good colon health and everything else. You want good gut health. It is where 70% of your immune system lies. It's literally your body's second brain. So that is why I have always like really loved the Premier Health Protocol, because it's cellular health, it's gut health, and you just cannot skip gut health, but we do have to get our cellular health right first. Okay. So that one, again, I love the pricing on all of these things. The extend is phenomenal. This is going to help fill those nutritional gaps. I love that on here, it is like full of just nutrient dense foods, which is exactly the nutrition that you want. Like nutrient dense foods are the ones that are the highest nutritional profiles and serve your bodies the best. Okay. So that is what Extend is. That is more kind of like a vitamin. It's going to help with nutritional sports. It is going to help reduce cravings majorly. Okay. When we give our body what it needs, it's amazing what happens to our food noise. It goes like way down. So again, remember that is also part of the Health Premier Protocol. And then Viva. So I want to know in the chat though, this just makes me excited. So in the chat, tell me how many of you left once we did the health protocol and are taking Viva, and I want to know how much you love it. Viva is incredible. Do not sleep on Viva. Okay. This one, it brightens your mood. It has saffron, vitamin C, magnesium, but it also has iodine in it. And it helps so much, you guys. It helps with your normal nervous system. It helps relieve stress. It takes away mental fatigue. Can I tell you how many women I talk to that are like, I am not physically tired, I am mentally tired. As soon as I hear that, or I'm like, you're a mom or you have 8 million tabs open, I'm like, you need Viva in your life. It is $32 and it is going to change your whole day. I promise you. And then one thing that I love about it too is that you don't need to be taking it for a long time to feel the effects of it. Like you having a high stress day, you just go take it. Go to your drawer, get your little tablets and take it, and you're going to be like, yes, life is okay. So that is why I always steer to the Premier Health Protocol, because it does include Viva and everyone needs Viva. Okay. So we love the Viva with that. And so what I want to just share, that just shows the Premier Health Protocol. Who loves the Premier Health Protocol? Do you sell a lot of this? I sell a ton of this. And then usually, so again, back to Zeal, if you have people that are wanting to get rid of like maybe less caffeine in their day, you're going to hear that a lot. Because, some people drink like pops and then they have and then they have coffees. And then it's like the next thing they have again is a coffee. And it's like, okay. So one thing about that, this is where I will add on when it comes to like energy and stuff like that. I will be either bringing to Zeal, or usually if they're a coffee drinker and they want to stay with coffee, but they just want like a smart coffee and a functional coffee, then we'll pick out their coffee and add on to this. Okay. So that's kind of how I bring that product in. But I start with this conversation right here with the balance oil. And then I ask what they're struggling with. I let them know that I take the Premier Health Protocol. This has been my results. This is what I've experienced. Would you like me to send you more information on it? Yes. Boom. And it's already there. Once you send the breakdown of the Premier Health Protocol, most people are like, I know I would benefit from it. Okay. Kind of just sells itself. So this is what I want to share with you. Again, I want to reiterate to you, you do not have to know everything about everything. And I know that even like with a medical background, people are like, oh, this is so natural to you, or this is, you already know all this. You guys, honestly, they don't teach you this stuff in nursing school. We learn way different things than this. A lot of this has just come from my passion of preventative health. Yes, do I understand how the body works? I do. So that's actually, you mean, wonderful, right? Which is why I love coming on and sharing. But truly, what I do to learn the products is I use them, right? I figure out what it is that I want to use. And then I will honestly go in on our website, on the Zinzino website. You could just pick even a product a week if you wanted, or two, and just like deep dive into them. Click on the links that they have. Like, you will be blown away. If it's kind of like medical, if it's not medical jargon, but it's just like maybe they're talking about different plants and things like that. Pop it into Chat GPT and like tell them to put it in simple terms for you, and like why you would tell somebody to do that, or what important part does it play in our bodies, in our health, and it's going to break it all down for you. But this is why I think product knowledge is important. Okay, first of all, it gives you confidence and it gives you leverage. I will tell you, as I use the products, as I've learned them, I want to talk about them. I want to be loud about them. It's easy for me to share them. So if you feel like you're struggling in those areas, this is where you're like, you should be hopping on Zooms or pushing yourself to kind of go and highlight a product and make sure you're using them. Okay, make sure you're getting some product yourself. And then this goes into this product of the product. Why do we do that? Listen, we don't need to be salespeople. We don't need to be medical people. But dang it, you are going to kick some serious booty and serve a lot of people if you start using the products yourself and you can speak to them. Okay, because that builds credibility and that builds connection. And connection is what people want more than anything. They want to do what you are doing. So if you step back and you ask yourself, what am I doing? What am I using? What would people do if they want to do it with me? Your answer, it's going to be very clear to you. I know what mine is, right? I use the Premier Health Protocol. I talk about it every single day. I share that I'm making my drink. I share my coffee. Guess what my people usually buy? Those are what they're getting. Okay. So understand that stories sell, and you being a product of the product, sharing your testimony, sharing your results, that is your story. It brings authenticity to your business. It brings you credibility. And it honestly, you guys, it's what brings you excitement to go out with some conviction and share what we have. So understand that if you are not using the product, you are missing a big part of your business. Okay. The other thing that I love is we become problem solvers. So again, tonight I told you, I want you to listen for buzzwords. I have my eyes and ears open always, whether I'm in person, I'm at the rink, I'm out shopping, I'm at getting my toes done, whatever it is I'm doing, right? I'm on social media, because guess what? When you have the knowledge and you have solutions, you start becoming a professional problem solver and you have influence. So this allows you to help people get an answer or a solution to their struggle. I say that all the time. When you're talking to somebody, I want you to think, what is my solution going to be to their struggle, right? You can explain why behind the product. You can gain trust. You can build stronger relationships that will bring referrals to you. Sometimes it turns a customer into a partner. All of those things build your business. Okay. And then last but not least, I'm going to move this for just a sec so you guys can see this. Last but not least, before I stop my screen share, is you become a people builder. And that's really important in this business, right? Like we get into this business and then all of a sudden you understand that you become this vessel to help people better their everyday. So whether it's their health, whether it's their financial situation, whether it's their community, their support, whatever it may be, but you get to not only teach people, but you can also expand your reach because you're educating, you're empowering, and all of those things not only bring attraction to you, but it helps duplicate in your business. And at the end of the day, you guys, every single one of us is here because we want to make an impact while making an income. And it starts with knowing what you have your hands on. And I'm going to tell you right now, we have our hands on incredible, incredible products. and incredible science. And we don't even have to try to convince people. We can test, we can do all the things. Okay. So I hope tonight, if there's one thing that you're going to leave and you're going to go try, I want to see it in the chat. I'm going to catch up in the chat and see if I missed anything, or if you have any questions, you can put it in the chat. 3 just ordered the only flavor. I see. I need to go get this. I know. I'm telling you, I ordered this flavor and now I'm like, I need to go. Like, I have Z rewards, right? So I'm like, I'm going to go, I mean, for sure, get the mango and maybe even try the grape, whatever it may be. Somebody said it's the best, finishing their first bag. You guys, it is, I can't even describe it to you. Just trust me and just go get it. Go use your Z rewards. Does it replace the greens? You know what? I haven't compared them. I'm gonna have to go compare. So I'm not gonna say yes on that. I'm gonna go compare. And I'm gonna let you know what I think about that. Let me see. Christy, you don't like the wild berry? Okay, she's just saying she likes mango. And if I like the wild berry, then I'm probably gonna love. Oh yeah, there's peach. I'm probably gonna love the mango. Okay, I'm gonna actually make sure this is